everyone. Welcome to WagerTalk TV. My name is Minty, and joining me today is Drew Martin at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter, and Yanni the Greek at Greek_Gambler on Twitter. Give him a follow. This Saturday, we've got some college hoops. Kentucky at Texas Tech. I was looking at these teams' stats, and they seem pretty similar in terms of scoring and points allowed. So is it a pretty even matchup to you, Drew?
Yeah, and head coaching wise as well. You know, we got Chris Beard, one of the best coaches in the country, versus John Calipari, you know, for Kentucky. I think Kentucky's in a tough spot in terms of going on the road here. I love this SEC versus Big 12 challenge. We get some key games in the month of January. But breaking down these two teams, first of all, both of them hit their free throws at a very high rate. 77% for Kentucky, 76% for Texas Tech. So that has bet on kind of for me for both of these two teams. But I think it comes down to offensive and defensive efficiency. Kentucky's very good at both ends of the ball, and they really defend the three-point line very, very well. Okay. So in order to go on the road, come out with a win, plus the fact Ashton Higgins as a point guard, on-ball defense on the opposing point guard is something I really look for when betting on teams. And I know in college basketball, as Gianni, I know we were talking about earlier, it's tough to go on the road and get a win in a competitively priced game. I do think that the Wildcats are able to get that done here. I kind of like Kentucky here.
Okay.
I tend to disagree with the Kentucky side. The odds makers done a great job with both these teams. I mean, you're looking at two top 20 teams. Kentucky every year, you know they're going to get bet on. Texas Tech coming off the year they had last season, you knew they were going to get bet on, and they have been profitable. I mean, combined, they're what, 25-9 straight up. So they've won close to 74% of their games straight up. And yet they're 2 games under 500 against the spread. So again, they've been priced very competitively. Odds makers do a very good job with both those teams. The reason I like the Texas Tech side, I think playing at home is what's key here. And they've only lost 1 game there. They're coming off a tough game against TCU. I think you'll see a bounce back here. And with Kentucky, they haven't had a lot of experience playing on the road yet this year. They've only had a couple of games there. Again, both young teams. So I think when March comes around, you'll see a lot better version of both. But right now, I got to look to the Texas Tech side just because of how well they've played at home and how good they are defensively.
Nice. And I'm sorry if you guys answer this, but since the line's not out yet so early, who do we see as the underdog on this day?
I think Texas Tech should be the favorite. I'd be comfortable laying up to 3 to 5 points. But again, you know, the book's job is to try to minimize their risk. And Kentucky being such a public team, I'd be surprised if Texas Tech is as high as a favorite as they should be. And that's why I think we probably will get some value there. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll make a mistake of bringing it out at a pick'em and get a good Texas Tech team at that kind of price. But I'd be surprised if Kentucky was the favorite. Then I'd be all over Texas Tech.
Interesting. And how about the total, too? Do we see that being like a high, like a set? High?
Between 128, 130. Below 135, I think anything above 135, you're going to see a lot of sharp money on the under. Anything below around 130, I think you'll see all public money on the over. So probably around that 135 range should keep them at least getting two-way action.
Right.
And just pulling it up right now from Ken Palm's numbers, which a lot of the sports books will go off of.
They sure use his data for sure.
Absolutely. And he's projecting it, actually Texas Tech as the favorite, 67-64. So if the opener would be what, minus 3 points, the Red Raiders with, 130, 131.
Interesting.
You know, so.
I love that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. All daily packages for Monday's action are only $9, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $40.